Hi, this is Ken Gidge, and this is the Art of Politics. And as usual, we have a lot to talk about. I'm trying to talk like my friend over here. And by the way, my name is Ken Gidge. I am the Democrat, and my partner right here is David Robbins, who's a Republican.
I am a Republican.
You still are a Republican.
Ken, how are you?
I'm doing very, very well. Now, wait. First of all, I want people to understand how great of a country this is. But I'm going to need some music. So what can you hum? I got to know, wait a minute. Did we write Jingle Bells? Were we the? Yeah, we were the creators of Jingle Bells.
We were?
Yeah. You want to?
Jingle Bells? When you say we were the creators of
Jingle
Bells.
Well, I mean, the United States of America, didn't they?
I have no idea.
Yes, we were the inventor of that.
Why would we start the show out with Jingle
Bells?
Well,
I don't know. It's just that we got something really important. Right. Why is the United States the best place in the world?
Should we do Jingle Bells?
Yeah, very low.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Jingle bells.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he would be humming. Stop. What? Can you hum something? You're better. You got a lousy voice, but you can hum. No. Hum it, because this is really important, David. For God's sakes, this is important. All right, listen. If you're wondering why the United States, and a little lower, please, because I can let you on. They got one ear here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know, okay, stop. This is too much. All right, if you people really want to know why the United States of America is a great place to live, they let people like us on there. Besides that,
not for long.
Not for long. That's right. Besides that, if everyone takes a look at what's taken place in Egypt, which I guess the president of Egypt decided to do this whole power thing, and one of the reasons why was that he is one of the Muslim Brotherhood. What was his name? Mubarak. When Mubarak was there, thank you very much, who supposedly is dying, but he's okay until they bring him into court and he's in bed. But anyway, they threw him out and they said he was dishonest and he was corrupt. And the Muslim Brotherhood was illegal. They could not sort of have this thing going on in Egypt.
Do you have something against the brothers?
No. Well, can I finish your story, please? This is really important.
This is really?
Yeah, because you're right around a great time, and right now, this time of year where we've had Thanksgiving, we're coming up to Christmas and also Hanukkah and a lot of other holidays, all right? You wonder why the United States of America is a great place. One of the main reasons is the separation of church and state. Honest to God, I swear, if anything else that the Founding Fathers ever did, this is it. And the example is, what I was just trying to explain, is what's taken place in Egypt. They got rid of one. They had another person, democracy, with an election. They got the Muslim Brotherhood in, and okay, they're writing up a new constitution, and all of a sudden there's not enough religion in the Constitution. So this guy does this big power grab, and all of a sudden the same people who fought to get rid of the last dictator, right, now are mad at this one because he wants more religion, and what's going to take place is women are going to be low on the totem pole. Freedoms, also probably religion, religious police, which are all over the place. Would you agree?
I'm not sure I agree with where this is going.
Okay. Well, anyway, one of the main things that we have in our Constitution is the separation of church and state. And believe me, if you don't think so, and you are a Christian, guess what? If you were a Muslim and you had a separation of church and state, this wouldn't be taking place in the Middle East. The problem is that these religions are going to take over, and they're going to go from country to country, like Iran, now Egypt, and pretty soon it'll just be one thing, and then guess what? Muslims against everyone else. And these are the bad Muslims, not the good Muslims.
But the bad Muslims. The good
Muslims. They are bad.
Kenny,
Some of them are.
Kenny, let me ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you have any spiritual beliefs?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you possibly completely separate your spiritual beliefs from how you act in the public sector?
Well, yeah.
So in other words, the spiritual beliefs that give you an ethical and moral compass, you're saying you can completely divorce those from how you act as a politician?
Are you trying to say that we should take out of our Constitution the separation of church and state?
No.
Okay, so why are you asking?
I'm not saying, what I am saying is that I think it's unrealistic to expect that a person can leave their ethical and moral, spiritually based beliefs at the door when they enter into the political sphere.
But you're correct. A spiritual person is a spiritual person. A religious person is a religious person.
I want the camera. Can we go to the middle camera here for a second? Because I think something very, very important has just been said.
What?
Did you hear what he said?
What did I say?
He said, "You're correct," and he said it to me.
Yes.
Now this is a watershed moment in this program. This is
right
probably only the second time that that's happened. And the first time
it won't happen again.
The first time
I won't make that same mistake.
The first time was after the first show when I said, "Gee, I don't think I did a very good job."
Was it after the show?
"You're correct."
Was this after the show, or was this on the air?
I think it was after the show.
You didn't do a bad job.
Oh, okay.
You're still here. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
I'm still here.
Well, that's right. You're still here.
That's right. You
so well, all right. So we're talking about very important stuff. Spiritual and ethical belief being the guiding light that we follow in our lives. How can we divorce those?
Okay, let's say I'm Jewish or I'm a Muslim.
Happy Hanukkah.
Thank
Shalom.
you. Okay, let's say I'm Jewish and or I'm a Muslim, okay? Are you saying that what it should be is just Christian in the United States? When you walk into, let's say you're elected as a senator or representative?
No, I'm talking about spiritual, ethical, and moral belief.
Well, nobody said that.
I did.
Well, yeah, but I'm not saying that that's not, you're not wrong. One does this, but to have religion as it is, as it was in our country, or I should say, I guess that's the reason why they came to this country, is they wanted to preach and to practice their religion, all right?
Well, if I believe abortion is murder,
yes,
and if I were to believe that, how could I divorce that belief from my public actions?
We're not saying that. Nobody is saying that. There's no way, no matter what religion and what belief you are, you can't be elected and then walk in. The difference is that you can't tell me or somebody else that your religious is the best way to go. Or because of this religion, you can't do this. Or because of this religion, you must do that.
God tells me that abortion is a mortal sin and it is wrong.
Okay.
And therefore, you should not be allowed to do that.
Okay.
Is that, if I believe that, is that
correct?
That's God talking to me.
God's talking to you.
God's talking to me.
God is talking to you.
Yeah, I think it had something to do with me shaving my beard. What? You're growing one, aren't you?
That's right. God told me to.
We're going to get in trouble here.
I know, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Because Dick wants a good show on.
That's right.
So we haven't had a good one since I lost and you won. Okay, I lost and he won.
Oh, wait a minute. God's speaking to me. God's telling me.
Oh, here we go. Wait a minute.
Abortion is wrong. It's murder. You have to not perform abortions, as a doctor say. It's wrong. I will stop you.
Okay,
that's my religion.
That's the problem. So that's your religion.
That's my religious belief. God is speaking to me.
Okay.
Wait
a minute. We have courts. And what I was talking about a little earlier regarding what's taking place in Egypt is they got rid of the courts. So guess what? There is no separation. You know what I mean? Between powers. So they got rid of the courts.
Well, I don't disagree with the situation in Egypt. I think it's horrible, and I think we should condemn it.
And that's why this country, one of the great reasons we're in this country is the separation of church and state, and also the other reason is, and we better be thankful for this, okay, is the right to express one's opinion like we're doing right here. You may not like what we say, but we're saying it. And by the way, we ought to say this. If you don't like what we're saying or you like what we're saying, we'll give you 5 minutes to come in and sit down and give us hell indoor. Praise us. Praise?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No praise.
No praise.
But
we wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I know. No. What would we do with it? We've been treated so. And you're a Republican. I'm a Democrat, and it's our belief that this has got to be the most interesting show. It has to be. Why? because we're very different in our politics. And I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm better than I was before.
Well, you know, it's
It just goes
interesting.
on.
It's interesting you should say that because I got a letter here.
Uh-oh.
I got a letter here, and it was from a very nice lady. One of the things I've done is, since I lost the election, I'm sending thank you notes to everybody who helped me out, either let me put a sign on their lawn or gave me some money or what have you, just gave me some support. And I've engaged in correspondence with this very, very nice lady. We're just going to call her Helen. And one of the things that Helen is, I got this today, Helen's given me hell. And she said, even after I told her all about how socially liberal I am.
Hell, heaven?
Hell,
Yeah.
heaven, yep.
Yeah,
Here
okay.
I'm going to bring
Helen
this
and
religion
hell.
into it. Yep.
Oh,
Helen,
great. There we go.
Helen's giving me hell. And she said, she lived in Massachusetts. When I lived in Massachusetts, Romney lied all the time. He promised he was pro-choice when he ran for governor and then changed as soon as he was elected. And this is the last line. This is directed specifically at me. Why don't you become a Democrat like I had to? And she signed it. And I'll tell you something. If my party doesn't get its act together, and my party's the Republican Party, we are going to go down the tubes.
That's right.
And getting our act together is realizing that we have to cast a big tent.
Right.
And getting our act together means we have to appeal to all races, all classes, all ages,
My God.
and
It's unbelievable.
and all species.
Yeah, in all species. That's good. I like that.
You
Maybe
like
I could
that?
come up with
Yes.
something.
So I think that the soul searching that's going on is unfortunately not going to be productive enough because there are already signs that people are saying, well, the reason we lost is that we weren't conservative enough. We didn't get to our conservative values.
You know,
You're still a communist, but that's all right.
I had to put up with this during the election, and I held myself pretty well. I didn't say too much, all right? But when Romney loses his state, when you have a presidential candidate losing his state, and also his vice president lost his state, and then Romney, which is Massachusetts, by the way, and Romney has a place up here in New Hampshire, and he lost New Hampshire. I think everything's up for sale. So if you'd like a nice, beautiful place, you got about $8 million for Lake Winnipesaukee, believe me, it'll be up for sale because you want to get out of here. I don't know does he have a nice place in Massachusetts? I don't know. I would imagine he does.
I think the Massachusetts home in Belmont is very nice, but it is not out of the realm of other homes in that area.
Aha! But you know he's building a house, and in his house in California, he has an elevator for his cars. You didn't know that, did you?
You mean he's got old, infirm cars that can't make it up and down stairs by themselves?
Well, I don't know, but I heard that he's building a place and there's going to be elevator for cars, so I don't know what that means.
Well.
So, and I don't know where in California.
Okay.
But he can go any. And the other thing is, I think really what hurt him is, where's your taxes? You know, we argued this. Where's your, you know, everybody's showing their taxes, he's only doing 2 years. And it was his father who made the comment quite simply, hey, you don't show it, don't be trusted. His father showed 12 years.
Now, you got to be careful if you come up to somebody and say, I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Yeah, I know. You know, since you've been out of politics, you're getting kind of feisty. Well, you're still in politics.
I'm cranky. I'm cranky. You know why I'm cranky?
Why?
I'm cranky because I've got a new job.
You have a job?
I have a job.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should hum something. Wait a minute.
No, I've become an over-the-road trucker. Do I look like
a Republican trucker?
A Republican over-the-road trucker. All I need is long hair and a ponytail.
In fact, you got a button undone, so that's about right.
A button undone?
Yeah, you got. Look.
That's because I've got a microphone.
All of a sudden, you're trying to impress your political people, and you were dressed up nice.
I was. Now I'm
right.
I'm, now
you shaved your face,
right.
and now you've become
That's
a
right.
trucker, and are you still a Republican? Or you think?
Yeah, I'm the Republican trucker. I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar so that
as you're
when
driving
I stop
down the
rest,
road,
right in the road.
This ought to be.
But here's the situation. My brother-in-law builds satellite trucks for TV studios. He's out in Worcester, got a big business out there, and he needs people to drive these trucks every so often to. I went out to Detroit a couple of days ago. Drove a truck out to Detroit. Probably go out to Tucson in a couple of days.
Wow.
Drive a truck out there and
Do you just drive, drive 8 hours, stop and rest, or?
well, yeah, it depends. It'll yeah, probably 500-600 miles. These aren't big 18-wheelers, but they're heavy-duty trucks, they're heavy-duty vans, all sorts of stuff. About $300,000 trucks.
Are they fun to drive, or?
Yeah, they are fun to drive. And you know, the best part is to be able, when I stop, to make the satellite dish go up. Kind of go.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that has nothing to do with driving.
I don't tell them
You're
about that.
You're a kid. Oh, you make the satellite go up and it goes on?
The satellite goes up and the satellite
yes,
comes down.
I can see it now.
Up and down.
We're going to be watching TV one night, and there's David, right, breaking in to the breaking through the broadcasting, and he's trying to straighten out his antenna, yelling at those damn Democrats. Yeah.
All right, but anyway, that's my.
So you like playing?
That's my latest endeavor.
So do you get paid well for this?
I do. I get 35 cents a mile.
35 cents this is for, excuse me, we got 55 to go to Concord. You get 35 cents a mile?
Well, that's not reimbursement. That's what I get paid. If I drive 1,000 miles, that's $350.
So what? And do they fly you back?
Yeah.
They fly you back?
Yep.
It's 35 cents a mile?
And they
so
fly
what
me
did you
back.
get to go to drive your truck with the antenna that goes up and down?
Got about $150 or $200 in expense money and about $300 in $275 in mileage.
And what about flying you home?
Well, that's on the company dime.
Well, I mean,
I don't know actually.
So did you stay at good hotels, or?
Yeah.
What?
Marriott's.
Oh, Marriott's. Okay, that's not bad.
Well, it's sort of the lower end Marriott, Residence Inn, that sort of thing.
Well, I think they're pretty good.
I think they are too.
Residence Inn. Now, do you drive alone, or do you drive?
Yep, I drive just me and my lonesome yen for my sweetie who's left me. I'm a lonesome cowboy. Where's Kevin Avard when you need him?
Why he sings?
Kevin sings. Kevin's got a great voice.
Kevin sings?
Kevin he plays guitar, he sings. He's a very talented guy.
Yeah, well, he's a Republican, so he's not
so
that
am I.
talented. Well,
are you saying I'm not talented?
Well,
you'd probably
let's
be right.
Let's take a vote on that one.
That's right.
All right.
All right, go ahead. This is enough about my new career.
No, I want to know seriously, because I said to he called last night, and I said, you got a job? I can do a couple days a week because I earn some money. And he said within 48 hours, I've had 2 people who said that, or 24 hours.
Yeah.
So a lot of people want to drive these trucks then.
Yeah. The hell with you.
All right. Well, there we go.
All right.
35 cents. Can't you up the? Do you need a manager? I will manage for 30.
Well,
how long did it take you to get to Detroit?
Let's see. I left Saturday morning, and I got there Sunday night, delivered the truck Monday morning, and was on my way back. Got back last night.
So for 3 days, you got $275?
More than that, because I got stuff to eat, food to eat with, and I mean.
Well, excuse me, that's part of the deal. I mean, the 35 cents a mile, and you got to feed yourself. Come on. Type of a deal is that?
I eat cheap.
Did you eat good?
Because of my
you
food
didn't eat
plan.
at Denny's, I hope.
No.
All right. No. Okay. No, I think we're not mad. I'm not mad at Denny's anymore. I think. Yeah. No, I'm not.
How about Chick-fil-A?
I don't care.
Good guy over at Chick-fil-A. The only Chick-fil-A franchise.
Who turned around and said, as far as gay people go,
come on down here.
Right.
Here's money for the Gay Pride Parade.
Did he really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, good guy.
Boy, is that stupid, whoever did that. Well, how idiotic.
When people, it's sort of like, sort of the Mark Cuban of fast food franchises. The Chick-fil-A guy must have been, because Mark Cuban's an idiot, but he's an idiot enough to make billions of dollars on the Mavericks and all those teams.
He's an idiot.
Donald Trump.
Really an idiot.
Okay.
And I understood.
Mitt Romney.
Well, Donald Trump and Mitt Romney, they go together, for God's sake. I'll tell you what, good Christmas, what we do is we get a and I got a couple of stories to tell you. What we do is we get models of each, right, of Donald Trump and Romney.
Yep.
And we sell them as bookends. There you go. No? Bobby heads? By the way, there is something new, and it's coming to this country very soon. And what it is, it's called three-dimensional. All right. By the way, I got to tell you about Boston Globe and myself, but three-dimensional art. What it is a person stands absolutely still, and they take a camera and they go around them. Okay, they go around them with this camera, and then through a machine, they can duplicate that almost as good, well, as good as any sculptor can. And you get a little, like this, I don't know, 7 or 8 inches little cutout of yourself. How's that? That's something absolutely new.
Well, I think that'd make a wonderful Christmas gift for all of the people at the studio. How about you and I, arm in arm, we have this done, and we give it to all of the folks here as our Christmas gift to them. What do you think?
Yeah, oh, they'd keep them all right.
Where would they keep them?
In our windshield, probably. What are you talking about?
Well, that's better than what I was thinking. Yeah, no, it's amazing. Now, you know, you talk about three-dimensional art. When you said that, I was thinking Gumby. Wasn't Gumby the original three-dimensional art?
I don't know. Oh, the...
yeah, you know, the guy that...
I don't know.
Claymation?
Oh, no. That's, I know what you're talking about. When they used to be long stories. When there was some sort of, motion pictures where they would move the foot, take a picture of it, move the foot again, take a picture, move the arms, take a picture, and then that was the, okay, so I think that's how I saw Gumby.
That was the original King Kong. When they made the original King Kong with Fay Wray, I think that's the way they moved King Kong. I think that was, seriously, I think that was part of it.
So they had a gorilla that just...
Well, no, it was just a a
small little...
A small little thing. And then they, I mean, the King Kong was like this. I mean, it was a small thing.
So these are little tiny people?
Yeah, I mean, Fay Wray looked at it and said, "What the hell is this, a bug?"
God.
God, no, there goes the movie.
That. You do
I'm
that.
sorry, okay. All right, hey, I know you've got things on your mind. Why don't you...
Well, I want to just, I keep telling people about my three-dimensional stuff, and I don't think even Dick Gagnon knows it, and I might as well let everybody know that they had someone from MIT look at my work from the Boston Globe, which a couple of my pictures are there. Also, they brought out a three-dimensional artist who saw it and freaked out. So the word is it's going to be a great, great, great interview. And it should be not this Sunday. Well, I don't know when the show is going to be next week. Won't be. So yeah, probably this coming Sunday because of the way the show is going. Boston Globe, and supposedly it's going to be the front page of the art section.
Very good.
That is, yes, that's a big deal.
So that'd be the
Sunday Globe.
Sunday Globe. It'd be what, the 8th, the 9th, something like that.
I don't have
the
any
9th,
idea.
The 9th
no,
is December 9th. Is yeah. All right.
December 9th.
I think that might be what you're talking
well, I have
about. Of
no
course,
idea.
this has been coming for months, so I'm going to hold my breath.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, this is big stuff. You talk about.
Oh, and by the way,
you asked me about. You want to be my manager. I want to be your manager.
Jeez.
You know what I can do?
Nothing to manage.
As I'm driving across the country, you can paint something that I could put on the side of the van.
So you can put it on a thing that goes up and down.
That's right. I could have it go up, going down the highway. I have to be careful of the bridges. But up and down.
Oh, I like that.
Up and down. You know what it would look like? It would look like a great big...
We have no idea what this is. But look, someone's breaking into our broadcast and is David.
Yeah. Ken, this could be...
Yes, it could
this
be.
could be a real... This could get us all
into a
lot
of
the
trouble.
Rest of our lives.
That's a.
All right.
Hey, maybe who knows? Instead of going to jail, maybe we could stay right here.
Would there be much difference?
We couldn't. No.
Well, they could just do a green screen behind us of bars and.
Dick can do that.
Dick can do that. Dick would probably get a real kick out of doing that.
Oh yes, he would. And by the way, we've got.
Are you going to be my cell buddy?
No, absolutely not. But by the way, you've heard about the talking heads. Talking heads mean people like us talking. We're going to do the real talking heads, and that's coming up pretty soon, and you're not going to believe it when you see it.
That's true. That's going to be. This is going to be something special, and
absolutely.
It kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah, just heads. Well, I
Well,
don't
that's
know. Maybe
what
we want, now I'm coming out the.
Well, now let's talk about this, because this freaks me out a little bit. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. I really am a little bit disquieted by thinking about this.
Why?
It's disembodiment. Heads, disembodied heads. It sounds like disembowelment.
It sounds like
you know what
your wife
disembowelment
would like
means.
to do.
Which what? Oh, that's beheading.
Beheading. Oh, well, disembowelment.
No, disembowelment's down here.
All right. Well, excuse me. Okay.
You know how seppuku.
I know. Okay,
that's
you
disembowelment.
don't have to
Okay,
go
all right,
through
all right.
that.
Just
all right?
sometimes I feel like I have to educate you.
No. You don't
Okay,
have to.
all
Okay.
right.
So what did you want to say?
Well, I've already said it.
That was it?
I'm just freaked out.
You're freaked out because we'll do the talking heads.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Those who love Harry Potter, you've probably seen, what is it called, the invisibility cloak? Well, we figured out how to do that. Now, you may not know this, but if we turn around, the only thing we see behind us, honest to God, is a green wall. That's it.
You're still holding to that?
Just a green wall, yeah. But what you're seeing
State
behind
House.
us
This is the
is
State House.
the what? The State House.
Yeah, this is the anteroom at the State House.
The vestibule.
I
that's
still
correct.
come up here, even though I'm not going to be a representative soon.
Come on.
I still come up
we're
here.
trying to-
I sit here. They let me in.
We're trying to explain the invisibility cloak because that's how we're going to do the. Okay. Now,
You know what? Sometimes you explaineth too much. You have to leave. It's like love. You have to leave things a little bit of mystery, a little hint of the unexpected and unexplained. The muse must strike you appropriately. Just let it go.
he's driving trucks across the country.
Yeah, and I'm spouting
God
poetry as I
forbid.
do. You
They're
know,
35 cents a mile. Can't they give you any more than that?
I think 35. You know, what do? I earn 35 cents a minute.
Okay, so that's how much an hour?
About 60. Let's see, an hour. It's about 32 bucks.
$32 an hour?
Yeah.
I guess that's okay. 32 bucks an hour? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Then you get in accidents. You can play with the thing that goes up and down.
Oh, I do that when I'm driving. I
Are you serious?
multitask. I can sit there and I can reach back and I go.
Do they have like cameras and everything in it, or what?
No, they don't have the cameras, but they've got all the equipment. Actually, there may be. I think there may be one camera. I'm not sure. I just did the first one last week, and I'm getting a Mercedes on Thursday.
A Mercedes
A
what?
Mercedes Sprinter van that's been
Oh yeah.
tricked up.
So you're going to drive a Mercedes?
Yeah,
I mean, I got a question. When you get down there, you deliver it to where?
I delivered to TV station. You know where I delivered it in Detroit?
Where?
WXYZ.
No.
Yes, Detroit.
WXYZ.
WXYZ.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding you. And I thought, you got to be kidding me. No, WXYZ.
All
I think
right.
it's a CBS affiliate.
Okay. So,
And,
do
I
you
just-
get
I'm-
anything? Do they give you anything? I mean,
They gave me a ride to the airport.
can you get? That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, don't they give you something? for
I
doing
suppose
this?
I could have gotten an autographed picture of the anchors on the set or something like that. I know.
No,
Who
I'm
cares
talking
about
money?
that?
Give me a couple bucks or chocolates or steal something. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I have to. Again, I'm still a novice at this.
I
I'm
know,
still
but do
working my
you
way out.
tell them that you're a state representative who turned into a trucker who was learning how to sing?
No, I can't do that until I'm not a state representative anymore, because that would be a violation of the ethics code if I were a state representative to say that I was a state representative in order to get some kind of goodie.
That should be against the law. We get nothing now. So now we're going to get less?
Now we're going to get, but as soon as I'm not a state representative, I can say I was a state representative.
That's ridiculous. To say I want a chocolate, I'm a state representative, can I have a chocolate? You got a box of chocolates?
No, I can say, can I have a chocolate, please?
But
if
you
I
can't
say,
say I'm a state
if I say
representative and I
I'm a
wanna-
state representative,
And
can
they
I have
give
a
you
chocolate,
chocolates?
please? No, that's a
What are they-
violation.
And what are they going to do up here? Fire you?
Well, I could be brought up before the ethics panel.
Ethics panel?
Yeah.
Oh, God, for chocolates. That's where they, I mean,
You know, I'm trying to play
this is the
straight.
worst. Yeah, I know. You know, the problem is up here, right? You're either a state representative, have been a state representative, right? Going to be a state representative,
Or you're a
or you're a
felon.
dead state representative,
Or you're a felon.
or you're a felon.
Speaking of which,
Of which, now I thought you segued very well into that.
well, thank you.
Stacey Lawton, will you tell the story?
Well, I know Stacy a little bit,
Yeah.
nice lady, and she was recently elected, was it Ward 4 in Nashua?
I don't know.
What are you, Ward 3?
I'm 6.
You're 6? I think it was, well, it was
Ward
either-
5.
Perhaps, one of the
Okay.
wards, one of the other wards, not our
Okay.
ward.
All right.
And she,
She's transgender. Let's get this straight. It's a he still.
no, I'm not going there because that doesn't matter. That's completely immaterial.
Okay.
It may be titillating, but it's completely immaterial.
Okay. All right. Well,
The issue with Stacy is, as I
the
understand it,
elected official was
and
elected.
she was just elected, has yet to be
First
sworn in.
transgender elected in the history of
The state of New Hampshire. I think
But
maybe this
not sworn in.
not sworn in. And my understanding is that she has some criminal proceedings in her past and maybe or is still on probation or some kind of court supervision.
Would you like the story?
Please, you asked me to tell
Okay.
it, but I think you can probably do it much better than I can.
Well, this individual got into some trouble, and by the way, it's kind of sketchy because in one part of Laconia, when she was living in Laconia, it was under another name. I think it was Barry. Then they came down here and they changed the name, and then they ran for a political office and became, a state representative. And so this is found out, and all of a sudden, torn apart. This individual's torn apart and doesn't really know what to do. So I called today and I said, look, I got a hold of Lisa, that's his ex-wife, and I said, I want to talk to. Who wouldn't talk to me. Anyway, I called back tonight, and I understood that she resigned.
Mm-hmm.
And but if she resigned, but she wasn't signed in, sworn in. So what does this mean? I don't know exactly. But anyway, so that's that. And actually, we probably will be. We may be doing an interview with her on the air, which should be shown soon if we can get to come on the air, and talk about exactly what happened, because it's very complicated. And besides that, as much as you don't want to talk about transgender, that's part of it. I don't care. That's just part of it.
Well,
people are trying not to talk that way, but that's how they're acting.
Well, it's like, and I hear what you're saying, and I think that it is important only to the extent that it is a major reason that this is being talked about so much, because people in the legislature do really stupid things on a regular basis.
Oh.
We have people, drunk driving, people racing after
Well, drunk
cars.
driving's okay. I think.
Drunk driving is okay? Well, that's right. You're on the liquor commission. You probably get a pass.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on the.
Oh yeah,
you-
boy, did everybody disagree with me.
I understand
on
that.
you-
But
yeah.
I think the thing with this is, if the legislature were to vote on this, or should she resign or should she not resign? And I don't think that there is anything that I know of that would lead me to say you should or should not resign. However, apparently there is a state law which says that when you are, to something like this, when you are still involved with the court system on probation or what have you, you cannot serve as a state representative. Doesn't say anything about not being elected. And I was pulling this off the internet tonight from various sources, so I don't know if I've got it completely right.
I don't think they have it right, and to be honest with you,
Well, you talk about that. I'll look it up.
Okay, what I believe, quite simply, is this. This person did some, not horrible things, really dumb things, okay? And she spent, I guess, 4 months or 2 months in jail. So she got 10 years probation, which means if she does anything wrong in the next 10 years, off she goes to jail. Well, that seems to be it, because in our state law, you can be a felon. You can have a felony, but if you have done everything you're supposed to do, paid whatever fines or restitution or whatever, or in the process of doing it, you can be elected as a state representative. And I think that's pretty good, because if somebody tried to make a law that a felon could not participate in a state or federal government, well, guess what? You can imagine all the great people who would not be serving.
Well, now that you say that,
Yes.
let me read.
Here we go.
RSA 607-A:2:1. A person sentenced for a felony from the time of his sentence until his final discharge may not, A, vote in an election, but if execution of sentence is suspended with or without defendant being placed on probation, or he is paroled after commitment to imprisonment, he may vote during the period of suspension or parole, or become a candidate for or hold public office.
Well, there you go.
So she, according to the law, and apparently this has yet to be really vetted by the Attorney General.
Oh, the Attorney General, that ought to be fun.
But apparently this is the reason that, as I understand it, that she did resign. And
the reason is, but I just thought that I was correct by saying that she could what?
Well, a person sentenced for a felony.
Okay.
Until their final discharge, now she was sentenced and has not finally discharged because she's still on probation, may not become a candidate for or hold public office.
Wait, discharged, but it doesn't say. But what does it say about parole?
It says you can vote in an election if the sentence is suspended, and you may vote during the period of suspension or parole. However, you cannot, until the final discharge, you may not become a candidate for or hold public office.
But on parole you can?
No, because parole, your sentence has not been discharged. You can vote on parole.
Okay.
But according to this, if I read this correctly,
but
you
she's
cannot,
not on parole.
She is, yeah, she's served 4 months. Let's see, probation.
Probation.
Okay, wait a minute. But
It's
the
not
bulk,
parole.
hang on for a second. New Hampshire law allows convicted felons to vote and hold public office once the sentence is discharged. It allows felons to vote while on probation or suspension, but makes no such exemption for running or holding office. So according to this,
she doesn't have to resign.
Well,
according to this, she doesn't
New
have to
Hampshire,
resign.
I think that you and I think there is some question.
There's no question.
No, there's no question.
There's none. You want to know why?
Why?
I'll tell you why.
Because she's already resigned.
No, I'm in commerce, and that's what I do. We read the fine print.
No.
And you ever like reading fine print? Well, can you imagine being in commerce, banking and insurance, and reading a little fine print and making sure that you don't get taken advantage of? And by the way, I'd like to talk about an insurance thing that just happened to me, which is criminal, in my opinion. That's my opinion. It's not, they're not criminal, but that's my opinion. So would you like to talk, change the subject? Or let's get this out of the way.
I'm sorry, were you saying
No,
something?
no, let's get this out of the way. So you're under the impression that she can't run.
I don't know about running, but this appears to say to me that she cannot serve.
She can run, but she cannot serve.
Yes, that's right. You can
run, but you
you can't fight.
Okay, so you can run and get elected, but you can't serve. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it. He read it. And I believe him to be right, because these things do happen.
Oh, all the time.
All the time. Can you imagine running, getting elected, but you can't serve? So if this person doesn't resign, can she vote?
I don't know. I think her it would be up to the House of Representatives, because the House has the final authority on judging their
of everything.
Their membership
Yeah.
and who's qualified. So that would be. But I think this now, it's
Well,
null and void.
I'm under the impression that what happened was that I can't say that she was threatened. I can't say that, because that's not fair to anybody. I just broke your pen, Richard, by the way. But I think that she has no representation. And I think you need representation before you make a decision like that. But there's an embarrassment there. So I think there might be a little bit of that. But she will be here, not necessarily at this table, but we'll be here in studio. We will be interviewing and asking the question. But I can tell you that this person is very upset.
Well, understandably. I mean, she's a good person. I know her. She's a very good person. She's warm and loving and giving, and she's wonderful. And so having this happen to her is horrible. I mean, it's a horrible experience.
But I can't say everything because I don't know everything. But I can say this: this person might have been threatened that the full House of Representatives would have tossed her out. But first would have had to sworn her in.
Right.
Okay?
But I know nothing about that because I am no longer a member of that house.
Yes, you are. Well,
No,
not
I'm a
of this
member of this house,
you're a
but
member
not
of
that
this
house.
But I'll tell you something right now. I know what I would do.
What would you do?
I would be sworn in and then resign. But to resign before you're sworn in, what does this mean? Politically, what does this mean?
Well, that's a good question.
That's a very good
Where are we
question.
going?
Well, politically, what happens? Is there another complete election?
Yeah,
Is there,
when somebody resigns, there will be another election for that seat.
But this person wasn't sworn in.
Right, which means the seat is vacant, and if the seat is vacant, there will be
So,
an
okay.
election to fill
All
it.
right, okay. So I understand until somebody's sworn in, but then, okay. But that's too bad.
So that
And
means before you even start, the majority is down one.
that's right.
It's 271 to 320, 279 to 320.
Still, that's still we have to lose a lot
Well, no, what you have to do is 279. All you have to do is get 20 people.
to quit.
279 to 320. All you have to do is get 20, maybe 21 people to switch votes.
To switch votes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is really important because as a state representative, it has been said and calculated over the history of this New Hampshire state legislature, this last 2 years has been the worst for Democrats, not because the Republicans had a supermajority, but because they were awful, really awful people. And I mean awful.
Wine.
No, awful people. And now...
Am I an awful person?
And guess what happened?
Am I an awful person?
What happened is that the people of the state of New Hampshire said, enough bull. Enough. They didn't...
Ken, that's what they said 2 years ago. That's what they said 2 years ago when 300 Republican state representatives were elected.
That's
oh,
right.
Watch out, it's liquid
okay,
ink.
all right.
I don't want to hurt you, so point a pen on this. That's what happened. You guys were swept out. You had, what, 275 people, a majority of what, 250, 275 in there? You were kicked out on your keisters.
Excuse me. If you had a supermajority, all right, if you have a supermajority, and you lost by this much in Nashua, you guys suck.
Kenny, you guys lost.
This is awful.
You guys lost
this is
bigger
awful.
2 years ago.
No.
The state Democratic Party, you had
2 years ago makes no difference, right, folks? You voted. Didn't you vote? Huh? I wish. No,
I agree with you. The voters have spoken.
Shame.
I just shame. Then
no, I don't mean shame on you. I mean shame.
Then it's equally appropriate for me to say, Kenny, you guys. Maggie Hassan was tossed out on her keister 2 years ago. Now she's going to come back and she's going to try to do the same things that got her tossed out 2 years ago. Let's see what happens.
And I wonder
the person
who took her place, what happened to this person?
The person who took her place?
Yeah. Still there, or did this person get tossed out?
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, it's that awful. It's that much of a change.
What is a change? It's a big change. Shall we talk about Maggie raising taxes?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to switch. Again, Stacey Lawton will be here. We will be talking about the problems that she has. And we're going to change right now. We're going to talk about the incoming governor, which I've had arguments with, by the way.
You have arguments with everybody.
I know, but I've had real arguments with her. It's funny. Oh. Would you like to hear the funny thing that happened?
I would. You know what? I would. Just want to say one thing.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
The state department heads are coming up with budget increase requests of 19% over the current budget. And what is Maggie saying? We will not be able to reverse course all at once, Hassan said in her opening budget message. We must be prepared to continue to make tough, fiscally responsible decisions to ensure that we can invest in our priorities, including protecting the health and safety of our citizens and building an innovative economy that will ensure long-term growth. Where was she 2 years ago when she could have been saying that?
You know,
where was she
I love the Republican.
Where was she when the Republicans came into power and made the tough decisions?
Ladies and gentlemen, you want to know something? This is a Republican who keeps forgetting to tell you that the country was in the worst recession ever. So no matter who was there when the recession hit, monies were funded for programs, no problem. Recession comes, big problem. Republicans go, oh, Democrats are so bad. Really?
Yeah,
and if we were so bad, you guys are gone. and the Democrats are back. So what? So she said she can't make. Okay, so what's the big deal?
So the big deal is she's setting the stage, I believe, for increasing budgets dramatically, and saying we have to do something. And I absolutely empathize with that.
I know a way that she can save $1.5 million. Well, about $1.3 million. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I was also Hillsborough County Executive Committee member. I won't do that again, believe me. And up there, we had a small problem, several small problems. One of the small problems were we had 4.5 social workers, very important people. Social workers are really important. And they came before us, the budgets, up committees, up in where is it? Goffstown.
Goffstown.
Goffstown, okay. The ladies' prison, by the way, is right next door.
And a nice place it is.
I haven't been there.
I have.
You have?
I have.
Yeah, all right. I don't know what he means, but anyway, so they come before us and they say, look, we make $441,000, 4.5. That's what we make. But we save the state of New Hampshire $1.5 million. How? Well, keeping people out of jail is certainly one of them, definitely. Keeping families together, getting kids away from awful parents, helping people when they're really in having a hard time, especially in these times. They save the state of New Hampshire $1.5 million. But the Republicans go, oh, wait, we're going to save $441,000. So guess what? So for 1 year, 2 years, we have lost, are you ready for this? About $1 million, 3.5, maybe a little bit more, because they don't want to save the money, but they want to make it look as if they're saving money. And that was wrong. And $1.5 million, and also, how about the drug and alcohol problem? $275,000 for that. Judges come before us and say, look, I can send these kids to jail or people to jail, or we can put them in a program. What do the Republicans do? They go, whoa, they only save about $800,000, but we can save $275,000. So let's save $275,000. But don't worry, $500,000, and that's why they threw the Republicans out.
That must be it. And of course, what that would mean to me logically is that as soon as the new county executive committee is sworn in, they will immediately refund those things because they obviously were right and appropriate things to do.
Oh, by the way, do you know how much? Do you know how much?
They were cut. No, just a second. And they were cut by the evil Republicans.
Oh yeah, really? That was stupid.
Oh wait a minute.
That's dumb.
Let's see.
That's dumb.
Gee, wait a minute. The county tax rate stayed the same for both years. It didn't increase in either of the 2 years of the last budget. So the county tax rate didn't increase.
Wow.
The county is being run more effectively.
Really?
And
So-
no, yeah.
so
We have to spend more money and raise taxes.
These two things.
We have to spend more money and raise taxes.
This is how they did it at the meeting.
No,
someone like me would say, "Well, you're saving $1.5 million, or we'll have to raise taxes." I said, "But you're saving $1.5 million. But if we don't take the money out, we're going to raise taxes. If we take," I said, "Well, why? Well, we got to raise taxes if we pay the $441,000." I said, "But you're saving $1.5 million," and they go, "No, we got to raise taxes."
Why didn't the state do it then?
Do what?
If it's actually these are
This is
social.
us.
These are social workers.
There we
they
go.
do the same job that state social workers do.
You ready for this? You ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? You know one of the reasons why they didn't do it?
I can't keep a straight
because they
face.
said the state, right? The
state.
will pick it up. So us here in
Kenny,
can't take care of our own people.
You know what? If we did wrong, here's your opportunity to make it right.
That's right. Well,
I look forward to this, Kenny. I welcome this with open arms. You make it right.
And wait a minute.
Go ahead and make it right. This is going to be fun to watch.
And we were told in Hillsborough County that we had $9 million surplus. How much is a surplus, David?
How much is a surplus?
The surplus we have now.
Now I think it's 7, something like that.
14 million.
It is?
14 million.
Well,
and they said it was on. So
I'm
somebody
soon
lied.
I'm soon to be out of
If
government.
they lied to me, they lied to you.
So what you're saying is the administrator and the treasurer of Hillsborough County lied to you?
Are they gone?
No. The treasurer left. He did not run for re-election.
No,
the administrator's
actually,
still there.
No, this was done by the information that we got were from who? The people who are running Hillsborough County Executive Committee.
No.
That's the information.
No,
the
the information comes from the Hillsborough County administration.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? There's no way that we would have that information.
You're acting like a truck driver.
Well,
for God's sakes, easy.
All right, listen. Let me just say one thing, and I'll close out my piece of this. The Republicans are about to be
tossed out.
Tossed out. We've been tossed out on our keisters. The voters have spoken. I hold malice toward none. I will look forward to watching from the sidelines how my Democratic brethren and his colleagues just completely do a wonderful job and demonstrate that the last 2 years were total bunk. So maybe it won't happen. We'll see what happens.
And let me tell you, I was on another committee which we'll call the Liquor Commission, and the Republicans got on there, and they basically wanted to cut the freedom of the people who have been running the commission and making $20 million extra a year. Oh, this year they're going to make close to $40 million. Why? Because they've been running this like a country. But the Republicans wanted to cut that down. Also, they want to cut. They want to cut. Everything. Oh, let's cut making money. Oh, that makes no sense. How about cigarettes? Do you think we ought to put the cigarette tax back?
I'm going to leave that to my former colleagues in the legislature. You're one of them. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
You think
10
so?
cents
Okay.
is going back. We lost over $20 million. Gee,
actually,
it's not working.
Actually, the gap's getting smaller and smaller.
Oh, the gap's getting smaller and smaller. So, yeah, right.
So, well, we'll see what happens.
I know.
No, you have an opportunity to make things right as you see them. You also have a responsibility. And all I can say is that you'll be watched carefully.
Tricky. Oh.
No, there's nothing tricky
about it. This is not going to be difficult. Take my word for it.
Not going to be.
You want to know something?
Wait a minute. I want to write this down. This is not going to be difficult.
This is not going to be difficult to be at least as good as them. Believe me.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wasn't it the Republicans who had a bill brought for, what was that called? A bullying bill? So when it comes up, bullying, right?
Well,
you think it's for the kids at school. Guess what? It was brought by a Republican against Republican state legislators.
Was it a good idea? Was it a good idea?
Was it a good idea?
The bill.
It did something.
Well,
calm people down. Was it good? Yes, it was a good idea.
Well, but it never passed.
There's a lot of good ideas that don't pass.
So what I suggest is, I'm sure that one of your colleagues will bring this up if it's such a good idea.
No, I'll tell you what. I think...
Oh, you won't bring it up. It's a great bill, but you're not going to bring it up?
Did it pass?
Let's see.
He asked it to pass, and I couldn't answer it, so I'll answer right now.
It didn't pass.
It did pass. You want to know why? You threw him out. It passed.
Interesting. I see. Okay. So... That's a very good answer.
Thank you.
It's a very good. You did a very good job.
Would you like to hear about Maggie? And
sure. I'd love to. You put me in my place, and I deserve it.
Oh, I didn't. We talked about this because David is no longer state representative, and this is called the Art of Politics. David's going to be here, all right, and I'm going to be here. And would you say
I'm going to be sticking the knife in his ribs for a while.
Yeah, all right. But don't you think we were treated kind of poorly by Republicans and Democrats?
You mean the party?
Us, you and me.
Well, no,
we couldn't get Republicans and Democrats to come in.
Well, no. You're talking about people who are running for election. I just want to make sure that I do not in any way think that I was treated poorly by the electorate. I think the electorate spoke, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, got that part.
All right.
But don't you think we were treated poorly by the people?
I just want to underscore that so that I have a political future.
In Avad,
Kevin,
he should have had us on. Well, we asked him to come on.
I spoke to Kevin.
How about Seidel? I asked.
I spoke to Carl.
And you talked to him?
I talked to him, yeah.
And they didn't invite me?
No.
But I invited him to this show?
Yeah, and he wanted to come on. He was ready to come on. The only reason...
Kelly was.
Hang on for a second. The only reason he couldn't was it was so close to the election that we already had the shows booked in.
Oh, so 6 months in advance we're talking to these people and it can't work out?
What about the Democrats? Yeah. How many did you invite in once I got here?
I just said that us doing a show with a Republican,
Where's-
it was so polarized.
Where was Mr. Campbell?
So polarized that, in fact, I interviewed him before you came on, before you became part of the show. 3 times, actually.
Good for him.
It's so polarized that here we are, because I think it's the best show on this station. I mean, political anyway. We're so polarized that we couldn't get a Democrat or a Republican to come and sit with us, except who?
Except I'm trying, Patricia. Can't remember.
France.
There we go. And what is she?
She is
The new Hillsborough County Attorney elect.
There we go. So one person came on and they won.
There you go.
Right.
Well, Bill O'Brien won.
Who?
Bill O'Brien, the speaker.
Yeah, but he had $207,000. How can you not win with $207,000?
Well, no, but I think it's worthy. I think Bill O'Brien came down here and he was open.
Bill O'Brien came on. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he came down here. I thought that was very gracious. We had a great time.
Not only yes, Bill O'Brien. You got to give. You don't. A lot of people don't like to speak, but guess what? He did come down.
Stand-up guy.
In fact, I did push him around a little.
Yep. And
not much.
And he handled no, because he would have clocked you.
Yeah, well, I know it's not here on where once we go up there, you know.
No, he was gracious. He was funny. He was you know.
And his wife is an artist.
His wife is an artist.
Yeah.
God, we love her.
Oh, what a sweetheart she is.
She really is.
Yeah, she really is a nice person. But so anyway, we got to go. That's a quick hour.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
You want to go on the
leave some
road with me?
information?
You want to drive to Tucson?
No.
with me?
Wait,
Why not?
Do I get 35 cents an hour?
No.
What do I get?
Well, you get 35 cents an hour. Yeah, I'll pay you.
No. I meant 35 cents a mile.
Oh, okay.
33,
All right.
30.
No.
All right. My name is Ken Gidge. You can get me at Gidge World, which happens to be a site, art site. Also, you can get me at KGIDGE, that's email address, KGIDGE@AOL.com. You can also get me if you'd like to call. If you'd like to comment on our shows and come in and have 5 minutes, you can have it if you like us or you don't like us. So I'll give you my cell, which is area code 603-864-9332. Your turn.
My turn. You speak so quickly. Nobody's got you.
I know.
You got your.
It's
Oh, okay.
time.
Relax.
It's
Relax.
time.
Dave Robbins, about to be former state representative. The next time you see me on here, I'll have a new gig, a new logo, a new name, a new company. But right now, I'm the singing cowboy heading for Phoenix. By the time I get to Phoenix, you can call me at 978-500-9475. Adios.